Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Frost Bites with Kelly Frost. I am Kelly Frost. We are back in MINC Studios, home of the Frost Bites podcast. Thank you very much to Amy Taylor for always being so accommodating. We love being here. And also, thank you to the Berg Bus. They are sponsoring this episode with Matt Light, the funniest guy in Pittsburgh. Well, sometimes in Pittsburgh. Lately, he's been spending some time down in Texas, which we're not too fond of, but we love the fact that he keeps coming back home. Also today, we have our co-host, Jessica Rebholz, also one of my closest friends. So we appreciate her being here as well. So much fun today, lots of laughs. Let's just jump right into it. Stick around, we'll be right back. Hey guys, we're jumping right in with Matt Light and Jessica Rebholz today. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited to be here.
So excited.
No, I am.
I'm so excited to be here.
For a while, yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you move away.
Yeah, I know. Let's not talk about it.
I
Or we
asked you.
can.
I said, what did I ask him?
Well, what I'm saying is I don't like Dallas. I mean, I like it. I don't know. It's there. It's hot. It's too hot.
It's Texas.
Yeah, it sucks. I didn't know it was going to be that hot. I thought I'm like, oh, it'll be hot so I won't have to be cold, which is cool. But I didn't realize summertime, they don't go outside.
Yeah, you can't.
They stay inside. I mean, I hate it. It's so boring. It's too hot.
It is extremely hot in Texas. I've only ever been there once.
Where did you go?
Galveston?
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that like a lake?
It's a city.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's down, on the coast.
Okay.
It gets hit by hurricanes
Oh,
from time to
okay.
time.
All right.
I've been to Denton, Texas.
Oh.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the border. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texas is the reason that I'm afraid to fly.
Why? What happened in Texas?
So we went down and we were staying with our neighbors that moved down there.
Mm-hmm.
And we were watching their next door neighbors' property while they
Yeah.
were away. And all the way in the back of the property, they had stunt planes
Yeah.
that had a runway and they practiced and everything else. So we were out there watching all the stunt planes.
Yeah.
And this plane went up and was did a loop. And I don't know what it hit, but it came down and crashed.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. And it crashed right next to our house that we were staying at in the neighbor's yard that we were supposed to be watching.
I'm guessing nobody survived? No?
And so it was I don't know feet, but
Yeah.
25 feet. And we watched this guy pass away.
Okay. Any other depressing stuff we want to talk about, guys?
No, but really, I
Yeah.
was really young. So watching that happen
Yeah.
scared the hell out of you.
So let me ask you a question, because I think I had a different opinion of Dallas before I went to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of guys in Dallas, what do you think they look like?
Cowboy hats and some boots.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like someone you see in a Marlboro Miles catalog.
Yeah.
Big belt buckle.
Not like that.
Huh.
It's dudes drinking martinis
What?
in Lululemon pants.
Get out.
Yeah, it's
Lululemon
bullshit.
pants.
Yes. There's no such thing as cowboys there. Maybe Fort Worth, but Dallas is all transplants. I was so disappointed. I thought there'd be dudes with boots, spurs, assless chaps, the whole Dallas
so
experience.
just you.
Yeah, it was just me there. I was like, this is not...
Normal Sunday apparel.
Yeah.
From
So it's not
Matt
like Dallas. It's not like
No,
JR.
it's not like
and,
what you thought at all. It's nothing like that. It was disappointing. They're all tall, which sucks for me. I'm 5'5.5", but they're tall people there.
Got to get that half.
Yeah,
in.
they're at least. Well, that's what when you're short, you add the half,
Amen.
and then when you're young, you add the half the age. You know what I mean? So my ID says I'm 5'7", so we're gonna.
Does it really?
Yeah, why wouldn't it? I'll fucking lie if I want.
Huh.
You know?
He puts lifts in his shoes.
I don't, but I walk on my tippy toes. If you watch, sometimes I'll catch myself. That's why my calf muscles are huge, because I've naturally been working them out for 35 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't know why I do it, but it's fun. Makes me feel tall.
All right, so why do you come home now? What's the reasons for you coming home?
I'm not making enough money in Dallas.
So why did you leave?
No, so what it is I couldn't leave football season. I love it. You know, I'm a diehard Steelers fan. I have season tickets. I'm going. I do so much stuff with the Berg Bus. And so if you don't know what the Berg Bus is, it is pretty much a tailgate on a bus hosted by me. You know, I do comedy. We get you pumped up for the football games. We do those the day before every home game. And they sell out. It's so much fun. And I just couldn't turn that down. Like when I was moving, Nick, who owns the Berg Bus, was like, what do you want to do? I was like, I'm coming back for all of them. You know, you make good money doing it. You get to hang out with Steeler fans. And also I knew that like at that point, because I moved to Dallas in February, I knew I'd be homesick a little bit, and it gave me a reason to come back home. So any opportunity to come back to Pittsburgh, I do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I know Nick. They're great. I love them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're
the
really
absolute
good people.
sweetest people. Yeah,
Really
Nick
down
and
to
Kat,
earth.
they're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met them before?
No.
We went out for, I don't even know what event. We went out for sushi afterwards.
Really? Oh yeah,
You were there.
We were there. Yeah, where? Oh, it was the Jagoff
Yeah.
trivia thing that they pulled me up on when I had too many drinks and I didn't want to be involved.
What did they try to make
They
you
made me do the Wheel of Fortune where I had to spell letters out, and
I watched this.
and I was hammered, and then some asshole who works at the news is going, "Can't you spell?" I was like, I can spell. I don't want to be here right now. I didn't even want to go to this event to begin with, and now you have me playing fucking charades with you people. And it was.
He's sitting like 2 seats over. I'm watching him do shots of Fireball.
Yeah, I think you gave me one. I think you gave me one.
She's known for that.
Yeah, I was like, Matt, come on up. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I was like, oh, this should be good.
Yeah.
And as he's
I'm
stumbling.
trying to put the letters. I'm like, is there an E here, there? It was a nightmare.
Well, because the words that were up there weren't spelled correctly. They were spelled like Pittsburghese.
Yeah.
So when
And
they said that, he was like, well, it wasn't your fault.
Right. Yeah, I actually went to high school. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was. Yeah. So we all went out afterwards, but yeah, it was nice to get to know them. And you know, they were here before in South Point. There was an event that we had that Amy put on, who owns MINC Studios, and the Berg Bus was here, and you're always on that bus.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like you're home away from home.
It is. I sleep on the bus. That's where I have to stay.
I'm surprised you don't take that to Texas and back.
If they would let me, I would. I mean, we've taken it to road games before. We took it to Cleveland, and we almost were going to do it this year, but we were so worried that, like, if Cleveland was good, that they would fuck with the bus, like throw things at the bus or something like that. And we were just like,
Not worth it.
I don't want to, like, get the. Luckily, there's no windows on the bus, so you can't break windows, but also you could climb in. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we were just like, we're not going to do it this year. So we're going to stay away from Cleveland.
Might be a little cold, too. Driving to Cleveland.
Hey, we're from
Without
Pittsburgh. We're going to be all right. And as long as it's not hot like Dallas, I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what else is going on with you? What are you coming up?
I have my ugly sweater party. It's the 4th annual one. We've sold out every time.
Mm-hmm.
This one is bigger, so I have to sell this one out. First two were at the Improv. We did Stage AE last year. This year, and I always screw up the word formation, but I think it's the Carnegie Music Hall of Homestead. Anyways, it's there, and there's 1,100 seats, and I only have 1,900 or 1,095 to sell. So I sold 5. No, so we gotta fill it up. Yeah, December 28th.
Why'd you do it after Christmas?
That was the only date available.
Really?
There was no strategy involved. It was what happened. So what happened last year was the Steelers had a flex schedule, so they didn't know if the game was going to be on Saturday or Sunday. I didn't know that. I booked it, and the Steelers were playing 3 hours before my show. And the last thing I wanted to do was run into the Steelers playing the same game the same day as my show with the flex schedule. So there's no chance that happens. Also, I thought after Christmas might be better because everyone does like a work Christmas party after the seasons. So I'm hoping like some like work, like they're like, hey, screw going to this restaurant. Let's all just go to the show and have a good time.
That's a good marketing.
Yeah.
I thought that we were just getting our sweaters like on discount.
That's even smarter.
Right?
Yeah.
You can get them like 75%
That's
off.
true.
See?
Do you have yours yet?
I've been to like 3 of your 4 shows.
Well,
2
then-
of the 3 that you've already had.
Yeah.
I'll be at the 4th.
So on the 27th or 26th, you get the new sweater.
Yeah.
I like it. You always have different sweaters.
Oh, yes, I do.
Very fun, very fun sweaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I leave other events to come to yours.
I appreciate that. It's very nice.
Always. You know, I always.
What
tell
are you up to?
Oh man, this is not about me.
But it makes it more fun. I like putting it on you guys. What are you up to?
No.
Thriving.
Thriving?
Oh, like that.
Thriving.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm excited for your show though.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
We got a good lineup. We got Jeff Conkle from DVE Morning Show. Mike Seidel will be there. And then my buddy Ryan McBride, who came out. So he wanted to be on the show last year. And I was like, you're new at stand-up. You're not doing it. It's too big of a room. You got to learn how to out. And then I told him, I go, yeah, you're going to be on the show. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. And he showed up backstage, and I hand him a package. He's like, what's this? I go, this is your outfit for the show. He's like, it is just a thong with a reindeer nose at the end of it with
Nice.
the suspenders. I go, yeah, you're just going to run out in that. He's like, I'm not doing stand-up. I go, nope, you're going to go do that. He's like, am I getting paid? I go, nope, you're going to do that. And honestly, like, he stole the show. It was so funny when he came out because he's got the typical Pittsburgh body, just like a hairy baby with a big belly and just waving the terrible towel. So the worst part though is like when you're wearing something like that and you're moving around, if you take photos from certain angles, I saw everything.
I'm pretty sure I have those photos.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Well, send me them because every like few weeks randomly, I'll get one and I'll just send it to our group chat. And he's like, "Fuck you, I hate you, Matt." So I'm letting him host this year. So
Wow.
he's been doing stand up for 2 years. He's gotten really good, and I'm excited to see him go up there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I had the best seats in the house last year,
Where were you?
right behind your mom.
Were you? Did she actually enjoy it? Because she gets so nervous and she cries. She's like, I don't want to see him.
No, it was great. I got a chance.
Really?
I sat there and talked to her.
So you were up top then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was there too. Was he awake for this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember the year before? So my dad went to when this was at the Improv, my dad was at Rock Bottom across the street. And he doesn't drink like IPAs. He had 3 IPAs and he was passed out at my show before the show started.
I don't remember that.
He didn't watch anything. And during the show, I go, hey, there's my dad. They put the light on my dad, and he's still sleeping. And then like I didn't get to see him afterwards because like you got to say hi to everyone that comes out and thank them because listen, in this economy, you know, for anyone that comes see you perform, you know, it means the world to me. So I always like to thank everybody. And I didn't see my dad, but afterwards, a strip club sponsored the show. And I had to go there and make an appearance. And it's fun. I show up. Guess who's there before I am?
Oh, no, really?
Wide awake. Wide awake now. All
He was
of a
ready for
sudden.
the show.
Ready to go. He's got a handful of wands. And I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, well, we left your show. I go, what was your favorite part of the show? He's like, you know, the one where you made fun of me. And I was like, you know, I do that every show. So I just watched my dad get lap dances for 2 hours, and then I left. It was hysterical.
You were just hanging at the buffet, right?
Yeah, he's become a celebrity
Your dad?
at this. I swear. Listen, when I was in Vegas, and I'll send you the photos, I got 2 different photos from people. One of him getting on the plane from Pittsburgh to Vegas. Granted, I wasn't on that flight. I was going from Dallas to Vegas. And then him at the airport again, coming back to Pittsburgh from 2 different people. And everyone always is like, you need to have Fred on a podcast. You have to have Fred on one of your shows. And I want him on the shows so bad, but I feel like he's going to get me canceled. You know what I mean? Like, either he's going to say something so messed up when he's drinking, or he's going to be so much funnier than me that I don't have a career anymore, and he's going to succeed me. But I'd love to have him on a show, but he won't do it. I've tried so many times. And then my mom gets nervous. I bring her up every now and then, but I think my dad needs a reality show. Can I tell you, so this is rated R, right? My dad, ever since I was young, had dumb shit. He had a bumper sticker that said on his truck, it says, honk if you're horny, twice if you feel really nasty. I was 5. Had no idea what that meant. You know, and I'd be sitting there like, hey, have someone honk for us. It's cool. Then I got honor roll in elementary school, and I get a bumper sticker. And now I know what the word means. I'm like, okay, cool. He just put it on the other side of the truck. He kept that there. And then he had can I keep going a little bit? Okay. So the one time I wanted to go to the candy store. You know, you take money out of your dad's wallet and stuff. He had a stack of business cards. I've never told this publicly. It said Fred Light, expert pea eater. It's like, meow.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And I was like, what does that mean? Like, I didn't know what that meant when I was a kid. I still don't. Heard it's fun.
So you're not the expert.
No, I'm not the expert. I'm the, what do they call the guy who's studying?
The apprentice.
I'm the apprentice. So I saw these cards and I go, hey, man, what's this all about? He's like, you know, the flea market had this new thing and you could put in whatever you wanted. And I thought that'd be funny. I was like, why did you buy 1,000 of them? You could have just bought 50, gave them out to your friends. Does he just like sit at a bar, like buy someone a drink and slide this business card? I don't know, but
he's getting ready for Vegas. That's what he was doing.
Yeah. And it's so funny because like a few years ago, I talked to my dad about this, and I was like, hey, do you remember those business cards? And he's like, yeah. He's like, by the way, I am pretty good. And I was like, dude, I don't think so, honestly. Mom left you, so I don't think you were that good. So.
Did you ask her?
No, I didn't ask. I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know. Well, they had to. I'm here, but, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't want to know, you know? Oh. Did you ever walk in or hear?
Oh, God.
Ever?
Here, not walking in.
Yeah?
Here. Mm-hmm.
Is it awkward?
It's awful.
Yeah? I've never.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
Never. Yeah.
You don't.
Do it.
No.
Where do you transition
I'm gonna start rocking.
There's a little trauma going on at this table. It's fine.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But I had a good childhood. I don't want you to think like I grew up like in a trailer. My parents were always nice. In fact, it's this time of the year. I'll tell you one of my favorite stories about my mom. Mm-hmm. So it was 1993. We went to Universal Studios. Nickelodeon had this thing called Nick or Treat. And the way that it was is you'd fill out a postcard and you would send it to Universal Studios. But we were already there. We dropped it off and they would call your phone, your home phone. And if you picked up and said Nick or Treat, you won a big prize. Mm-hmm. And like you watch on TV, it's like a shopping spree at Toys R Us or something crazy like that. I won.
No way.
Whoa.
Yeah. We filled it out. I get a phone call. And I was like, Nick or Treat. And they're like, oh, you're the winner. You're the winner. And I was so excited. And I didn't even care what the prize was, right? It wasn't even a big prize. It was like a week later in the mail. I got Nickelodeon GAC when it first came out. I'm like, that's cool. But like other people won a bunch of different prizes. I was kind of like, that sucks. Like I could have got something else. I brought this story up to my mom a few years ago. And we were talking about winning contests. I go, do you remember when I won? She goes, you didn't win. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, if you won, do you think you would just win Nickelodeon GAC? She's like, that was Frank from Bingo who called you. We bought the GAC in Disney area, and we were going to let you win no matter what. So they called me while I was at home while my mom was at Bingo, and I got so excited. And I think that's honestly cooler than winning. That your mom cared that much about you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She went through all of that to make sure that you felt like a winner.
Yeah. So that's like, I always think when Halloween comes around.
Yeah.
I always think of my mom for that. And she always made my costumes.
Aw, yeah.
Like I was Elvis for 1 year. I was Aladdin for 1 year. Bam Bam. She always made my costumes. So I think that's why like I'm over the top on stage when I wear goofy outfits and stuff, just because that's how I just started. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's the best. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
You didn't think there was going to be a nice turn after my dad grubbing box. And I'm like, hey, trick or treat.
Give me something good to eat.
Wow. You want to open for me?
Yeah, you know what?
I think you could do it.
I mean, I am kind of funny.
There's one-liners.
You are funny.
Oh, God. All right, so when are you moving back?
Probably next year.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I like Dallas. The problem I'm having, and it's not doing the stand-up, because there's 7 clubs in Dallas. So getting on stage is fine. Auditioning is fine, because if you're funny, you're funny. And I think sometimes it's hard for you to know that. Like years ago, I wanted to go to LA. I was like, I don't think I'm funny enough for LA. I don't know. But then you realize, like, what's the difference? There are people just there and there. So I've been doing well in Dallas. Anyone who I'm on the show with, I'm as funny or funnier. And I'm not saying it to be arrogant. I'm just saying it to know where I'm at. The problem is the money is so different down there. Because in Pittsburgh, I had a name. I built a brand over 15 years. Pittsburgh's a small, compact city where everybody knows everybody, and we have pride in like a local talent. Like Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa, like anything that's local, you get behind and support. Like I said before, Dallas is transplants. So a lot of these people don't listen to like local radio, so like there's no like DVE or anything where you're like, I like this guy. It's so spread out too. Like downtown Dallas is maybe as big as downtown Pittsburgh. And then they're just little cities. Like the Cowboys don't play in Dallas. They play in Arlington, which is its own city with their own taxes. So there's no like hometown vibe to really grow an audience the way that I did in Pittsburgh. So the comedy scene's cool there and you get better, but I miss home. I do. And I hate saying it because people are like, oh, he's going to come with his tail between his... It's not that. It's just that like I've toured for 10 years. When you go on tour, you think moving to these cities would be cool because you're there for 3-4 days. Right. Then you live there, they're like, yeah, no, Pittsburgh kind of has everything. And it's just the attitude, too. People are too nice in Dallas. Like, they're too friendly. Pittsburgh, we're dickheads. And I embrace it. Like, I like it. Like, move, asshole. I'm like, okay, East Coast. Then they're like, oh, excuse me, y'all. And I'm like, shut up. What is y'all? It's yins. And the pop thing, I still can't do it.
Soda.
I don't know what that is. But they're like, do you want a soda? I'm like, no, I don't. I want a pop. And they're like, you from Georgia? I go, no. They say Coke in Georgia. I don't think they say pop.
They say pop.
Do they?
My sister lives in Georgia.
Okay, maybe that's why then. But Dr. Pepper's huge down there. And I've been obsessed with Dr. Pepper now. That's probably the best thing Dallas has is Dr. Pepper.
One good thing, Dr. Pepper.
But will I move back to Pittsburgh? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. I don't know, though. I still want to give it a shot in Dallas. You know what I mean? Because I think there is a lot of potential there. I'm 3 hours away from Austin. Austin's the biggest comedy scene in the world right now. And when you live in Dallas, you can fly anywhere. It's so much easier. So we'll see. Fix your damn airport, and I'll consider it.
So if you could move somewhere else besides Pittsburgh, besides Dallas, where would you go? And not Austin.
For comedy or just in general? I
mean, well, your life is comedy, so.
Well, I guess L.A. I think L.A. because at least with like, you know, hot weather, there's a beach. You know, where in Dallas, it's dead grass. It's just hot and dead grass. I think LA has always been my thing because, like, New York comedy, they're too miserable. They hate life. They're focused on writing. They don't like guys like me. I'm more of a showman. I like to perform and be silly and just put on a show. These guys are like, I got to write this joke. I'm not a good joke writer, okay? I went to summer school 3 out of 4 years in high school at North Hills. I can't write worth shit. I have to oversell my jokes to make them funny. And so these guys would absolutely hate me. In LA, a lot of the TikTok idiots, whatever there, I could fit in with them and be funnier than them. But we got to quit all these social media influencers. I can't, the boom, the Costco kids. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? I can't stand him. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, and I'm a TikToker.
Oh, God, she's so on TikTok.
This guy, he's like, you can tell it's a dad with like 2 kids, and the dad has failed at everything he's ever done trying to get famous. And now they just go into Costco, and they're like, we're Costco guys. Of course we like. And then the kid says, like, a chicken bake, and the big fat Italian dude's like, double chocolate cookie or something. And they're everywhere. They threw a first pitch at a Yankees game. They played at a charity celebrity game at the Lakers just for saying Costco, double chunk chocolate. Like, you don't have to have talent anymore.
What are they saying?
They're talking about, like, food you can buy at Costco, and it got them famous. And now they signed a one wrestling match contract with AEW. All over this bullshit when I've been trying for 6, that's what annoys me.
Oh,
because I tried for 16 years to finally do something, and this dickhead's talking about eating cookies, and he's famous. It's just, I don't, our culture, we're dead. We're dying. We like dumb stuff.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And
she sends me the dumbest shit ever.
What do you do on TikTok? Do you do influencer videos?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, no,
She
no,
just
no,
watches.
no.
I
post my dogs.
Here's my thing. I know a handful of the Pittsburgh influencer girls, and I think they're the absolute sweetest. I hate their job. Yeah. I think it's absolute bullshit. Anybody can do it, and I will teach all of you how to make an influencer video right now in 5 seconds. Step 1, hold your camera this way and show you walking into the building, okay? Step 2, you and your dickhead friend smack cheers with your drink. Then, step 3, show the crowd just going like this, and then play whatever trendy bullshit song is on, and boom, 50,000 followers. You're getting sponsored by Who Gives a Shit. And I've been doing stand-up for 16 years. And I can't even get someone to do my fucking podcast. I'm so bitter. Maybe
He has a passion around this topic.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't get it. Like, influencers are just annoying bitches who like mimosas for free. That's all it is. I know I'm probably going to get in trouble for that, but whatever. You can't cancel me when you don't have anything. So.
This is what happens when you move to Dallas.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Yeah. I should have just came back. No, because then I'd have to deal with them. You know.
I thought it was a joke when you first announced that you were moving.
Everybody
I
did.
really did. I was like, oh, okay.
He's just trying to sell tickets.
I was like, is this like April 1st? Like, come on, is it April Fool's Day? Because I'm like, he's not leaving.
Well, do you know I tried this before? This was when I first met you. It was maybe right after that or right before that because it was 2016. I've known you
9 years.
Yeah, I've known you for around that time period. 2016, I was supposed to move to Los Angeles. My girlfriend at the time and I were going to move to LA, and we had a big going away show. 2 weeks before the show, we broke up. The place we were going to stay at, she decided her friend Caroline was going to be her roommate, and I wasn't going to move there. And I was banking on like us putting our money together, and not, I was like 25. I didn't have shit. And I was like, well, I'll make money from the show, though. And so now I'm like, I'm not moving. I mean, how do I tell 300 people at a going away show I'm not moving? It was so embarrassing. And my buddy who was the manager of the Improv, he said, let's make a show out of it. Make it fun. You watch wrestling? I go, yeah. What if you come out like Vince McMahon and you fire me and I give you the Stone Cold Stunner? Without a beat, he goes, yeah, that's cool. I was like, should we practice it? Should we? Nah, we'll figure it out. So 2 days later, he goes to fire me, boos me. Everyone's kind of sad that I'm leaving. Has no idea what's happening. I give him the Stone Cold Stunner. I rip off my shirt. I have an Austin 316 shirt. I chug beer. I go, I'm not fucking leaving, like Wolf of Wall Street. Everybody goes nuts. And I'm like, okay, cool. All right. I don't feel as bad. The next day, it's on Good Morning America. And I'm like, this is awesome. Also, it's the same thing with how I feel about influencers. I've been doing stand-up at this point for like 10 years almost. None of my jokes got me famous. But I took another dude's wrestling move, chugged beer, and now I'm on TV. And then I realized maybe you just have to be goofy. And so I'm glad everything happened that way. Had I not broken up with her, I would have never gone viral. I would have never gotten more shows at the Improv. And we still were friends afterwards, which was cool. Yeah, I mean, we don't talk now, but we were friends for a couple years, and she's still out in L.A. We had a dog together. So, like, I always wanted, he was a black pug. His name's Dolph. He might be dead now. I don't know. Because, like, they don't live, they breathe like me. They're chubby, they're short, they're little like me. But, yeah, so I don't know. He might be alive. He might not be. But, yeah, hi, Dolph, if you're listening. Yeah.
Matt misses you.
I miss him. But I got a dog now. With my girlfriend. His name is Seppi. He's 13 years old.
13.
You would never know. It's my lucky number, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's her
no,
number.
no. That's my number.
No, that's my number.
No, that's my number.
My cat died at 13. My mom's birthday is the 13th. I got cancer in 2013. I'm
You might
naming a
win.
lot of bad things.
You can't throw that in there.
Why not?
No.
What are you going to ruin my Make-A-Wish? I didn't get one of those.
You didn't get a wish?
No, I'm too old. I was 23 when I got cancer, 24. They were like, you're too old. I go, what's the difference? I'm
23's
dying.
my number.
23?
Yes.
Michael Jordan?
No.
Why?
Well, my son was born on the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's always been my number. It was always, growing up, my teenage best friend, it was her favorite number. She was born on the 23rd.
Okay.
So it always helped me remember her birthday. But 13 is Kelly's birthday. So,
Well,
it's like a hybrid thing now.
Let's do best of 3, rock, paper, scissors right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And if you lose.
See, that's why it's my favorite number, because I would never gamble away my number.
You don't have it right now. I have it.
No, I have it.
No, I have it.
I'm older. I have it.
No, but I had cancer. Remember? You got to feel bad for me. I have it.
He's pulling the card.
I
am.
have
I'm
shit
pulling-
right now. Not cancer.
You have
not
shit
cancer.
right now? So do I. I ate Chinese food before I came here. It's coming out. All right, fine. How about this? I'm thinking of a number 1 through 20. If you can guess it, you can have the number. Go
13.
ahead. All right, it's your number. Just kidding. It was 12. Thanks, asshole. You can have your 13.
We'll
I'll pick
share.
another
We'll
one.
share.
Okay, we'll share. I'll take the 1. You take the 3. All right, I'll take the 3. You take the 1.
I'll take them both.
Okay. All right, and I'll just watch. That's how it usually ends up anyways. So.
Oh, my God.
So let me ask you a question. So when
Oh,
you're
boy.
out of Pittsburgh, do you ever see your icy light can anywhere?
No. No, because Icy Light's not popular. It's not sold really anywhere other than the East Coast. However, it's really cool when you're not somewhere and you're being tagged, or like one of your friends shows you. Like Seven Springs, I don't know how to ski, so you'll never see me there. But my cans were there, and I thought that was cool. Or like Pitt, I like real teams like Penn State, so I would never be at a Pitt game.
We both went to Penn State.
Awesome. And so I see that my can there. I'm like, that's cool, and then I'll sneak it in to certain places. Like I went to the game in Baltimore last year. I snuck it in to get a photo with it. But that was the coolest thing ever. I mean, I remember when I was told over the phone that I was going to be on the can, they were thinking about it, and then we met up and we talked about it. And I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see. And the second I got out of there, I teared up, called my dad. I'm like, I want to fucking ice I can. My dad, first thing he says is, can you get me a free pack? I was like, yeah, I'll get you. So it was cool to see them, and I saw them get made and printed and stuff. They did, I think, 5,000 cases, and they went like that, which was cool.
Are they going to do any more?
For me, no. Not this year, at least. I am planning something really big with Icy Light next year. Can't tell you that many big details on it, but it will be my biggest show I've ever done. And it'll be with those guys, probably in the spring or summertime. So if it rains, I'm going to be pissed off.
It never rains here.
What's it been like recently? Because I know.
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Beautiful.
Of course. As soon as I leave, you guys all of a sudden don't rain anymore. You know, we surpassed Seattle as the reigning
Not this
city.
year.
Well, of course.
Not this year.
That's
On
so
average,
much.
yes.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So yeah, I'm doing something with Icy Light next year. Yeah, right now I'm just focusing on the Ugly Sweater Party. You'll see the big cans there at the show, though. They'll be there.
Nice.
They're sponsoring, so that'll be cool. Yeah.
Are you still doing the tailgates?
Yeah, I still do the tailgates. There's a lot of people that come in. So it started with just my buddy had a tailgate, and then he didn't want to really do it anymore because nobody was pitching up. It costs a few $1,000s to run a tailgate, and I was like, all right, I'll pitch up for it. And then eventually this year I was like, hey, I'll cover the cost, but I'm charging everyone. And you got to get a bracelet. You know what I mean? And so it's just covering the cost of the tailgate. We had 300 people at the last one, 300 the one before that. The sweet spot for me is 150 to 200, but I have to tailgate. To me, that's the best part of the game.
Yeah.
Especially with this shitty offense that we've had over the last 5 years. It's you need some alcohol influence to get you ready to go to that game, you know? And then even if you lose, you had a good time, you know? So I think, and that's what's crazy. It's in other cities, a lot of them don't tailgate. I was at the game in Vegas.
Yeah, that's...
They don't tailgate. I'm like, what's the point of just sitting there watching it? Have fun.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
My old neighbors were just at the game in Vegas.
Yeah?
They went to a wedding the day before.
Oh, wow.
It was the most amazing thing that I've seen on social media. Wasn't there.
Yeah.
But they went to the game and they had a freaking blast, but there was no tailgating.
No.
And they're diehard Steeler fans.
Yeah, we had to drink at Mandalay Bay beforehand.
Yeah.
And drink $15 Michelob Ultras.
They were in a cabana.
Oh, was that where they? That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. It was really cool.
The one thing about Vegas, what I hate about it is that you go to Vegas, you have the worst time of your life. But if somebody asks you how was Vegas, all of a sudden you're like, it's fucking great. Can't wait to go again. It's like an abusive girlfriend. You think it's going to get better the next time you go, and you just end up with no money. You're sore for no reason. That being said, I am booking. I booked a show, actually. I'm going to be there in March. So that'll be fun.
Where are you going to be at?
I think it's Jimmy Kimmel's Club.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
do you know Frank Nicotero? He used to be a big comic here in the 90s. He got a show. He's headlining.
Okay.
And he asked me to feature, so I'm going to do that. So that'll be fun.
Cool.
Well, give us the dates and everything. We'll put it out there.
All right, sounds good. Let's do it.
I mean, you've only been to Vegas, once?
Yes, and I have my own little Vegas story because
Let's hear it.
our car. So on Friday the 13th, I was flying back on a red eye. Friday the 13th, it was her birthday, actually. I didn't know her yet. We went to a steakhouse that was right outside of the airport. The runway was right behind the steakhouse. Left all of our bags in the car. Had a great dinner. It was fantastic. Great food. I don't remember the name. Came out, all the windows were shattered on the car.
Oh, no.
And my friend, who was undergoing treatment at the time, left all of her medication in there, her driver's license and everything else. So we learned how to get through TSA without an ID.
Wow.
It was that night that we learned. And but it was a great time.
Other than that,
it was the best, 3 days of, getting a total of 6 hours of sleep that I ever had.
So if I perform in Vegas, you guys are coming.
Yeah.
Let's do
I
it.
can't wait to get her on a flight.
Let's do it. Well,
Oh.
I'll get you a free flight. Oh, you don't like to fly?
Well, I do.
She does.
I forgot. We heard about the whole.
Yeah.
But do you want a free flight? I'll teach you how to get a free flight. So fly Southwest, okay? When you go to Southwest, check a bag that's already broken. And then when it lands, you broke my fucking bag. And they'll negotiate with you. I may or may not have done this when I went to Vegas last week. How much is this bag worth? And it's $50. I'm like, $400. They're like, well, we can give you $150. I go, no, I have up to $3,800 you guys have to cover. Like that. They're like, well, we'll give you a voucher for another flight. And we played Let's Make a Deal. $450.
Wow.
Yeah. And my flight was only $300. Suck it. I'll teach you all the tricks. Also, want to learn another good flying trick?
I'm always up for learning.
When you go to the Pittsburgh airport, there is TSA, there's regular, and then there's the
Pre-check.
first class. Just walk through the first class. They're not allowed to tell you you're not first class. So it's you and the wheelchair people, and you go right up, and fuck out of my way. You cut them off.
I'm sometimes the wheelchair people.
Yeah, I will give you all the tricks on how to travel.
I sort of wanted to like drive Kelly through the airport on the golf cart. You know,
yeah?
like
That'd be
I
fun.
want to drive her because of our experience.
Are you afraid of heights? No,
No, just flying.
just flying. Just go to sleep. Take a nap.
Oh, she does.
You knock yourself out, do you?
But then she wakes up like a normal individual.
You've seen Weekend at Bernie's, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that how you are? They just put sunglasses
On
on
Bernie.
you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I like flying. I like it. Yeah, I love it. I think it's fun. I don't like when somebody's spilling into your seat, but I do like the flight experience. If you have the window, if you have the outside, they're blast. Every big ass smacks you. Also, is that like a rule that flight attendants have to have big asses? They all have them. They all have, and it used to be only girls. Now it's dudes that are flight attendants, which is fine. But they also have bigger asses, and they're hitting you, and just so you're always getting bumped. And then the middle, I feel like the rule with the middle is you get both armrests. That's your compromise, right? Because you're like this. If you don't do that, at least you got this. This guy can lean that way. This guy can lean against that. You should have both armrests.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, good. You're flying.
I do fly.
All right,
Yeah.
March,
she'll fly.
You're going.
Yeah, it doesn't stop me.
It has to
Yeah.
be Southwest so you can have your bags.
I do pack a lot. But
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you one of them? Are you a late person? I know I was late today, but it pisses me off more than my girlfriend is always late.
No.
No matter what. We were supposed to go to the fucking Sphere to watch a show. Guess who didn't get to go to the show? Because we were late. Yeah.
No, I'm always
The worst.
really early. If
Yeah.
anything, yeah.
Yeah, good.
No, but yeah. I mean, I've been to Vegas several times.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I like it.
good. You're going.
We'll fly. Yeah.
All right, good.
It's
You're
not a
going
bad
to.
flight
I'll go.
either.
No, what is it for you guys? 4 hours?
I mean, you go back in time, so it's somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like on Sunday, it was the greatest thing ever. I woke up because they played a game in London. So in Vegas, it was 6 a.m. football, 10 a.m. football, 1 p.m. football, and then 5:20. It was just, you just wake up and you have football for breakfast. It's great.
That is
Football for
great.
breakfast.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. And somehow I lost all my money there. But it was fun.
Seems to happen.
Yeah.
Well, that was, yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. All right. Well, give us a deets and we'll be there.
I will.
And then we'll come and see your ugly sweater.
Yeah, you're going? You gonna have you had 2 different sweaters.
Probably.
Do you remember what they were?
I know the one was a cardigan, and then the other one had. Oh yeah, guess I do.
Well, you were on stage.
Yeah,
It
come
was
on.
a T-shirt.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta,
right.
yeah.
It was a T-shirt. I was
The
there
reindeer.
for it. Sure was.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was not a fan. My ex. 'Cause what did it say?
I don't know.
It said something. I forget.
It was probably a lewd comment.
It was stunning.
Yeah, it was something funny. It was something funny, and my girlfriend's like, I don't know, she thinks she's funny like that. Because do you remember my ex? She's like stormed. She wasn't even picked. She didn't even have a fucking ugly sweater on. She wore a blue turtleneck and just came up on stage to make sure I wasn't like, hey, what's up?
I mean, you did have some entertainment there too.
Oh, the shot out strippers?
Yeah.
Or whatever they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
There will be none of that this year.
All right.
And
I
the
think
mi-
I'm coming out on stage with like gingerbread. Do you know any little people? You do? Would they want to do it? Maybe?
I don't know.
Because I feel like asking kids to do anything
No.
is not a good thing.
But what's that bar down in Southside? They always say.
He's dead.
Oh, Casey Straff.
Yeah, he died. He died there.
Really?
Yeah, it's sad. He died on the couch. He stayed overnight.
Oh my.
And then they just found him there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, on that note.
Yeah, I wanted that. I figured we ended with a plane crash. We'll end with a dwarf dying. You know what I mean? We are available for any happy events that you guys have. Weddings,
Wakes.
birthday parties, funerals. We do a great cover of Another One Bites the Dust. Whatever you guys need, we will ruin it. Are you doing it? Dun, dun,
yes.
dun, dun, dun. I like that.
All right, well, we do end all of our podcasts with a little frostbite,
Okay.
right?
Let's do it.
So I always have our co-host ask the question. So did you pick one for
I
him?
picked one.
Okay.
You ready?
Lay it on him.
All right. So if you had to freeze one moment in your career and keep it on ice forever, what would that moment be and why?
And when we say freeze it and keep it on ice, what do we mean by that?
You can interpret that however you like.
Okay. All right, I got one. For me, it was my first show headlining after my cancer, because I was still sick and going to open mics, and like you could clearly see, like, lost my hair. I was 140 pounds. I know I looked like a fucking glowworm. Like, I looked awful. And I kept doing stand-up, and then I said, hey, listen, when I'm fully healthy, I want to headline the Improv. It was the same night that I did that Stone Cold Stunner thing. What made that night more important than that moment is we sold out the show, and there was a row of reservations, and I had no idea who it was. I was like, that's cool. There's like 20 people there. And I'm doing jokes, and then I start to talk about my cancer experience, and something just told me, like, look over that way. It was my oncologist, Dr. Marks, and the whole staff. And if you know anything about my onstage persona or how I am on here, I act like an asshole. I act like a jerk. And I broke character because I saw them in my heart. Like, I cried. Like, I teared up. And I wiped my eye away. Go, oh, my God, is that... And I bring him up on stage, and there's a bunch of terrible towels, and I hugged him. I was like, thank you so much. And then he sat down. They all stood up. My mom ran over, gave him a hug. And for me, that meant so much because you go through chemo, you see these people all the time for six months. And, I love them. They were so nice to me. And there's nurses and doctors don't get enough, you know what I mean? Like, appreciation for what they do, not only because of them saving your lives and stuff, but like, that's a very mentally challenging job to have. Whatever is going on in your life, you have to stop and babysit me and to let me know that everything's going to be okay when you don't know everything's going to be okay in your life. So to me, that meant a lot. And when I left and I rung the bell, I said, I love you guys, but I never want to see you again. You know what I mean? And everybody laughed. But I wanted to see them again, just not under those circumstances. Flash forward 4 months later, I got to see all of them there. And so, like, to me, like, I've worked with headliners. I've worked with some of the best in the business. I've had shows where I made a lot of money. None of that will ever, and I don't give a shit what happens in my career. That will always be the moment to me that means everything to me, because I didn't know I was going to have that moment, so... Yeah, Dr. Marks and everyone at Hillman Cancer Center being at my show was by far the best.
Amazing. That was a great answer.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, thank you guys for watching another episode of Frostbites, and we will see you on the next one.